Then we're gonna make our little color palette. So you're gonna need a red for the strawberries, which is gonna be like your mid color. Then you're gonna add a little bit of black to your color palette and a little bit of white so that you can mix them with some of the red to make your highlighting and your like shadowing kind of colors. And you're gonna do the same with green as well. I also pulled out this darker green just to incorporate because I felt like it. But anyway, you're gonna mix a little bit of black with some red, and then you're gonna have this like dark shading red plus your like normal color red, and then this lighter shade of almost pink, which is gonna be your highlighting shade. We're also gonna use white to highlight, but that'll be later. So now I'm also making a lighter green shade. So now I have a dark, a middle green, and a light green. So now you're gonna start with your base shape of your strawberries using your middle shade, which like this is just the original red that I had pulled out and put on the color palette. So you're gonna make 3 different shaped and sized strawberries right in the center of the nail or whichever part of the nail you choose to do the design on. Then you're gonna cure this. You're gonna cure in between every layer, keep that in mind. Now we're gonna go in with our shading color, which you don't want it to be harsh. Like you can barely see it, which is what you want. You want it to blend and look seamless and look like an actual shadow. This doesn't have to be perfect. Literally put your like shading color. You don't want to cover the whole strawberry with it. Only put it on little portions to give it dimension, but it doesn't matter where you place it. Then you're gonna go in with your highlighting shade after you've cured the shadow one. Same thing, just add like little highlight portions to different parts of the nail. Then I cured it and went back in with my shadow shade to give it even more depth. All right, part 2, we had just did these little dots for the seeds. Now we're gonna go ahead and paint our leaves. So I'm starting with that medium shade of green that I had originally put on my palette earlier. We're drawing out our stems. So these really don't have to be perfect, honestly. Like as long as it looks like a strawberry stem, it's good. So I'm adding some extra little leaves to like fill in the like blank space as well. I'm gonna go ahead and cure this, and then we're gonna go in with our darker shade that I had pulled out, and same thing like we did with the strawberries, we're just gonna like add some little detail work to give it some dimension with the darker color. And then we're gonna cure that as well. I actually didn't love this darker shade I had pulled out, so I ended up mixing the original green color with some black and doing even more detail work over it. That's what I'm using right now. So I did go back in with a little bit of a darker shade of green, and I liked the way this one looked a lot better. And then again, we're just gonna cure that, and then we're gonna go back in with our lighter color, which I didn't go super heavy on the light color just because I didn't love the way it looked when it was like really heavy on the stems. So I did just little bitty lines all throughout. Now we're curing that, and now it's time to do the white detail.